Hey guys. All right, we're back. I think I got everything set up. Hopefully. I cannot believe it took me this long to set everything up. I do apologize, you guys, but oh my god, it has been one of those days already. It's 5:14 Central Standard Time here in the great state of Alabama, and I'm late for my Sunday live stream, but I'm here. I made it. I made it, guys. I made it. So I'm happy about that. Go ahead and monetize this video. Okay, first of all, let me just say this. I had absolutely, oh no! Hey girl! I had absolutely no idea that Prism was jacking up my, my live stream. Ona, where have you been? I was just talking about you yesterday. Me and Angie were on the phone, and I was like, where in the world is Una? Like, oh my God, I have not talked to you in forever. We got a lot of catching up to do. We got catching up to do, like big time. But anywho, hey, crafty mom. Hey, y'all. So my nails, my hands are naked. They are stripped. My hands are stripped, okay? So I'm going to show you guys what I'm using. Um I'm going to be using my Cadrim Drill, and let me see if I can twist this over so you guys can see. This is my nail drill. I ordered this from Amazon.com. I love this. Girl, been on YouTube. I just upload it every 2 weeks because I work now. Ah! All right. I guess I'll have to deal with that every 2 weeks then. But yeah, call me or text me later. Una is the only person I know in the world who has to get up at the crack of dawn because she stays busy, but I'm not mad. Get your money, girl. Okay, look, this drill is thebomb.com. If you guys want a drill that you can use at home that's easy, to operate and all that kind of stuff, the Cadrim drill would be for you. So it comes with this little pack. Of everything, all the drill bits that you will need, from your cuticles all the way to your nail bed and artificial nails. Now, I do have a bag. I love you too, stranger. Oh no, we need you back. Yeah, we got to catch up. I know I keep starting and stopping you guys. I apologize, but I have not talked to Una in weeks. Like, I knew something was up. So yeah, you're working outside of the home, and you're homeschooling still, or did your kids go back to school? Because that's the big issue right now, is everybody is tripping because of the kids. It's about, school's about to start. So yeah. Anyway, let me get back on track. The drill comes with all of these bits. Now this one right here, let me show you. You take that off and you get like a bag of these, a whole bag. And so, still homeschooling, that's good. So you do have these right here, which are for the acrylics or gels or what have you. It's good for stripping off, all the old stuff, which is what I have done with my hands. And then all the rest of these do not need a head to go on them because they're all metal. They are what you call diamond cut. So you have to be very careful with these. You don't want to practice on your hand. You want to use a dummy hand. So this is my dummy hand. Do you guys remember the video when my daughter stole my hand and she was running around the house? This is that exact same hand. It's weighted right here, so you can kind of, tip it down and work. The cuticles are raised on this hand, and it was like $5 or less on Amazon. I got all of my nail stuff from Amazon. My base coat, my base coat and my top coat. If you want to get a kit that has forms, reusable forms, I mean, you can go wild. on Amazon. I got gel polish, which I think this gel polish came with my original. Now, I will say this because I don't want anybody to be like, oh, she's lying. My son is not the lamp that came with the kit, okay? This is totally different. So if you're rewatching and you're, watching the replay or whatever, this is a totally different lamp. I did upgrade my lamp, okay? So I don't want y'all to be like, oh no, that ain't the same kit. It's the same kit. I gave my other lamp to my daughter and then I upgraded to a son, because I just am not at the point where I want to spend an arm and a leg at the shop right now. And it's not, look, I love going to the spa. Hey, Catherine. She said, now that's fancy. You sound like Una. Una says that all the time. She's fancy. But I'm gonna go ahead and start doing my cuticles while I talk to you guys. I just really was at the point where, I was like, I don't really care to go to the shop and get my nails done right now, because this part that I'm doing, getting rid of my cuticles, they charge you for that at the shop. And I didn't know that because I usually just give them my debit card, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, they were like charging an arm and a leg, a whole manicure just to do the cuticles. And look how fast that took me. All you're doing is just raising your cuticles. Now, I am right-handed, you guys, so it's going to look kind of weird when I try to do this with my left hand. But you see what I'm saying? Like, it's really getting rid of, the cuticle debris and stuff like that. And I did not know that they charge for that at the doggone nail shop. I just thought, what I was getting, was that price, and spending like, $75, for the whole thing. And come to find out, that was their little, doohickey or whatever. Let me just charge you guys $15-$20 extra to get rid of these cuticles. But I paid attention to it one day because my girl, Callie, she's real funny, and she says to me, I said, can you get rid of my cuticles? She said, yeah, it's your money, you can do what you want to do. And I was like, do you guys charge? And she goes, yeah, it's a manicure. I said, what? It's a manicure? Getting rid of cuticles is not a manicure. I have some dead skin up here that I'm getting rid of right now. So you'll notice that I changed the drill bit. And this is it just gets rid of hangnails and stuff like that. So you can see it's not hurting my skin at all. And I got rid of all the hangnails, all of the cuticle debris, and all of that kind of stuff. So I'm ready to go. I've already got my nails sized, so you guys don't have to sit and, look through all of that. But I was just in shock. I was like, what? Now, a lot of people use super glue for this. If you want to use super glue, work it out. But there was adhesive that came with my kit, and you get two. You get two of those. So I'm going to raise this up just a little bit so my camera will focus. And I know I've been using one of these. Okay. I don't know if this one's about empty. Okay. I just wanted to make sure that I had adhesive in here. Now I like I said, if you want to use super glue, that's fine. You can. There's no, rule saying that you can't use it. But say, for example, you want to take your nails off, really quickly, you may run into a problem with that, because super glue and nail glue are two totally different types of adhesives. This is a little bit forgiving in the beginning, and I like that because I have to make sure the nail is straight. I don't want my nail to be crooked. So for me, this takes a little bit of time. For everybody else, that all their nails are probably glued on by now. They're like, what is taking her so long? Jesus. Yeah, for me, it's a totally different process. I'm gonna get my pen brush. This really is not a brush. See, it has a little pin on the end. I just want to make sure that my adhesive, I don't have any air pockets in there. If you have air pockets in there, what happens is you run the risk of having getting a nail fungus or something like that. So you don't want to do that. So I try to, have my stuff. I put just a dot of adhesive, just a dot, okay? Now I'm gonna tell you this before I even get to my thumbnail. I feel like one of my thumbnails may be a little too big, so I may have to file it down a little bit. But it's okay as long as you size your nails right, because you don't want any debris, any fungus, anything like that getting under the nail. That's how people's nails, really get jacked up, is leaving gaps and stuff like that. So I wanted to also share with you guys how I, prevent that. And I mean, it's stuff that I guess they could do at the nail shop, but don't do at the nail shop. And then when you end up getting like a fungus or, any type of, you know, it looks dirty under your nails and stuff because stuff is, catching up under there or whatever, you know. But some nail shop, now I will say this. When I do go and get my nails done at my nail shop, Indicator, they do a good job. And the reason I say that is I've been going there for like well over 10 years on and off. Just, when I get lazy or if I want some nail art and I don't want to do it myself, I'll go and get Elvis or Callie or Mary to do it. And I love going to get a pedicure. And that's really, listen, if I didn't have feet, they wouldn't make any money off me because that's what I go to the nail shop for real. Now, that right there is probably never going to change. Going to the nail spa to get a pedicure is life, okay? There's nothing like it. Let me just be honest with you. T, what is the name of the crystals that go on your nails and where can I order them? Let me see, is that straight? Just want to make sure this is straight before. Let me get my nail art out for Una real quick so I can show you. Let me raise this up. All right, when we're talking about nail art, you can get this stuff from almost anywhere. I ordered mine from Walmart.com and Amazon, and I've also got some from eBay. So when you're talking about the nail crystals, you can get like a little spoolie just like this, and they have different colors of crystals, okay? This right here came from eBay, and there was a whole kit in here of those crystals. And then I got, along with that kit, I got 2 spatulas that helps you pick up the crystals. And then they sent me for free some of the foil lines that you use. I'm not really smart at using these, so I have not. I mean, if I want some lines or something like that, I'll probably get intricate and do it, but I can do this on other people better than I can do them on myself. And then you also have the little stickers. It's kind of like a little tattoo. You just kind of put it on there and scrape the back. And these right here, I'm probably never going to use them. They just came with the kit. But these right here, the crystals I think Una's talking about are Swarovski Crystals. Okay, I got these from Hobby Lobby. Yes, they are $11.99, but you can get whatever color you want and they last for as long as you have your nails on. The other ones, Swarovski crystals are good because these are the same crystals that they put on your wedding dress and your shoes and all that kind of stuff. So they decided, hey, for years they've been selling their crystals for, the general public, and it's the same grade. So if you want to get some, grade A crystals with the heavy duty shine, like you guys see me wear, when I beat up one of my nails, which I might do that today for you guys so you can see how it goes. The Swarovski crystals are the ones that I use. They are more expensive, but these are the ones with the high shine. Okay. Now, going back to the other crystals, this is a package that I got from Amazon.com. They don't shine that much, but what I do, because these were maybe like $3 or $4, what I do for these is I put a heavy gloss top coat. And what that is, it's the Lina UV gel. They have it in pink, white, and clear. I'll either use the pink or the clear because the white is a little cloudy. And this is what I use to get that high shine. And then I top everything off with the top coat, which is a shine that you don't have to treat or anything. And it's going to leave your nails like that for the duration. So your gems and your crystals and stuff will not fall off. And so that's how you do that. And when you paint over it, somebody may say, oh, well, you can't paint over them, but you can. And that's what gives you that high shine. And so you can literally just take a buffer or a little brush or whatever and literally just get that shine back. When you wash your hands, you don't have to be, super gentle because you think your crystals are going to fall off, because they're not going to fall off because you've double coated them with the UV gel and of course with the top coat. So that's how we do those crystals. And we also do glitters, and the glitters are done the exact same way. So that's what's up with that. Thanks for that question, Una. Good question, girl. T. Now that's fancy. So funny. All right, I'm checking to see. Y'all keep popping the questions in and I'll get to you. I'm going to get this stuff out of the way. I may use that later. Oh, buffer. This is a buffer, and this is buffer cream. So if your shine isn't as high as you want it to be, you can literally take this buffing cream. It looks like cold cream for your face. Look at that. Take a little dab of that and just put it on your nail and, kind of rub it around, and then take that buffer and shine that sucker right back up. And that's what you use to get your shine back, just in case. Because they make stuff like that because guess what? People have different jobs. Maybe you are in the shop and you do hair, you know what I'm saying? And any type of chemical may take, your shine away and stuff like that. As long as you're using a good UV gel, and as long as you are doing a top coat, you shouldn't have a problem with any of this stuff. It should, work just like if you were going to the shop. And so that is the number one reason Twana doesn't go to the shop to get her nails done anymore. Cause, girl, you ain't finna charge me for no whole manicure, and you ain't giving me a whole manicure. You just getting rid of my cuticles, girl. Bye. Bye. Okay, the cuticles should come with the manicure. The cuticles are not for play. That just really upset me though. But truth be told, I've had this whole kit for over a year, and I've probably done 4 sets of nails, for myself, just kind of teaching my daughter how to do this so she can, do it on her own. And like I said, the UV light that came with this kit, I actually gave it to my daughter, and, she could do her own gel polishes and stuff. But I got to be honest with you, I haven't even been polishing my nails that much. And the reason I haven't is because once I get my gel, now I'm going to use this cream gel. Hey, Patricia, how are you? Welcome to the village, love. These come in different colors. And so for me, y'all know I'm all about the pink. Give me some pink and I'm good. So I use that pink gel, and then by the time I get done, I'm like, I don't need to paint my nails. So but, if you want to get fancy, like Catherine said, oh, you fancy, you want to get fancy, pull out your polishes and, all your stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing well, doing my daughter's hair for the week. How are you? Girl, I'm fine. I remember those days that I miss. Who has like adult children and you miss when they were little? Oh my God. Doing my daughter's hair for school on Sunday night. We sitting up watching the housewives or whatever comes on, Greenleaf, and you know where did my nail go? Oh my God, I'm gonna have to get another nail. I think it flew out of my hand. I don't see it, guys. I don't see it. I'm gonna have to get another one real quick. um Doing your kids hair, child. Yes. Do I miss those days? Absolutely. But now I got grandbabies. Oh, you're doing ponytails? Yeah. But ponytails are so cute. And then you put the little bows at the bottom. Oh my gosh. My daughter is so funny because she says, Mom, I don't know why you don't want to do your granddaughter's hair. Really, you don't? Need I take you down memory lane? My kids have, that hair that doesn't stop growing. And it's thick. I'm talking about thick. And no, ma'am. No, ma'am. We're not fixing to do that. Mm-mm. Yes, it is therapeutic and it's fun and you get to bond. Now, my daughter, her favorite was if I was going to sit down and braid her hair. Now, that was her jam right there. My mama finna braid my hair. I ain't got time to talk to you. I got to go for to get my hair braided. She tickles me to this day. Why you don't ever want to braid Honesty's hair? Because Honesty has more hair than you had. I don't want to do that. But I do remember, having fun and doing the braids and oiling the scalp and, massaging her, teaching her how to, brush her hair, because back in the day we had that we're going to brush our hair. What was it? Brush your hair 100 times, before you go to bed at night to stimulate the scalp and all that good stuff. But my favorite, my daughter's favorite was the braids. Honey, is Miss Simmons in the house? Hey, girl. Hey, girl. We getting it together. We are getting it together. Okay. I'm using the BYB nail glue that came with the kit. And these tips actually came from Walmart, I think. Walmart or Dollar General, because Dollar Tree don't have tips like this. It's always mommy and me time during wash day. Girl, that's an all day job. And then if you got more than one kid, like if you got more than one girl, or you have a boy that doesn't want a haircut and he's like, I just want to get my hair braided, that's an all day thing. Okay. All day. She loves her ponytails. It's very simple. Yeah. Now, when I was a kid, I used to love my ponytails because I didn't want to get my hair pressed or straightened. I did not like that. But my mom, like, Sunday was coming, my mom was going to take me to the shop. I had to get my hair straightened, and I literally hated it. It was the worst experience of my life to get my hair pressed. Ooh. And then when they burn you, they don't even say sorry or excuse you or nothing, And like when you get the back, what they call it, the kitchen in the back or whatever, you got all scars around your ears and stuff, and it was just horrible. I did not like it. I did not like it. The fun part is being able to still do bows and barrettes. Yes, the bows and barrettes, because some of those young girls have the long braids hair. They're no kid styles anymore. I know, but I love decorating. I have 7 daughters. I got burned out combing hair. So me and my youngest 2 daughters got dreadlocks 7 years ago. My daughter just got dreadlocks this year, earlier this year. The whole kit, the hair and everything. she said was $600. And of course, she tells me after this, because I probably would have tried to kill the girl. Do you know what you can do with $600? But that's how bad she wanted dreadlocks. And so she loves it. Like, I didn't think she was going to be serious about it because my daughter loves doing hair. Like, that is her thing. Yeah, the tight braids is what got me. Them tight braids that have you looking Chinese and Japanese and Asian and all of the things. Honey, please, can you not braid my hair so tight to where the little bumps come up? Woo! Mm-mm. Madam, I beg you, please. Let my hair go. Turn my head a loose, ma'am. I'm telling you, this right here, my the little tips on the end. I'm just gonna add a little bit of adhesive to the end because I don't want this to remain lifted, if that makes sense. I don't need any air pockets in here. No, the sister locks are like 1,500. And we don't have anybody in Alabama to do the sister locks, so you'd have to go to Atlanta. But these, they're not small. They're small to her, but they're not small to me. It's an average size. But she got hair added. And there was a lot of stuff. She has a lot of hair. She had hair added. And it was just crazy. But I mean, her dreads look good. Like, I am not a, Rastafarian dread lover, not for my hair. However, her hair does look good. And then she got color too. So the tips of her dreads are like an auburnish type color, kind of reddish. I mean, it's like I said, it's pretty, you know what I'm saying, but it's for her. I can't do it. I cannot do it. I cannot do it. I'm just pinching right here, helping my adhesive to maintain because there's some lifting right here and I don't like it. So I do a little bit of pinching just so it can go down. Love hair color. Mine now is sky blue. Is it? I am a plain Jane when it comes to hair color and stuff. Although I did tamper with some blue color when I was in cosmetology school and it really looked good. It was just in the front, but it was more of a royal blue. And my mother had a fit when I walked in the house. Oh my God. I would not do the dreads permanently because I can't commit to one hairstyle. That's me. I have commitment issues. I tell people this all the time and they don't believe me. But I'm like, as long as I've been on YouTube, y'all have never seen me with the same hairstyle, week after week after week. It's never going to happen. Never going to happen. How many hairstyles have you guys seen me with? I dare to ask that question, but how many hairstyles can y'all remember? Now, I'll do some braids, okay? But they're not going to be the same braids every time. But my hair now is one of the more natural styles, and it makes me look at dreadlocks differently. My daughter did my hair, and I'm just like, wow, like I could do this. I could commit to this. The way my hair is now, I fell in love with it because I love Iyanla Vanzant's hair. Okay, and when she was able to, keep the dreads or the braids or the twists, I think she has twists. I do too. I think blue is a beautiful color. And I like the cartoon colors on people. I know it doesn't look natural, and men always, comment on that, but it's not supposed to look natural. It's supposed to be fun. You know what I'm saying? That's another reason why I'm glad I'm not married. Don't judge me. I think if I was going to have color hair, I would opt for purple. Even though I don't wear purple that often, I just kind of feel like royal purple is a great color. Like I just do. And I have done the red before. The royal red. How many of you guys have had that? That is so good. And I think Pizzazz was the brand that I used, and it was a fire engine red. And ooh, I loved it so much. But I do have, you know what? I have a blonde lace front wig, and I told my daughter I was going to get a red lace front, but I wanted the roots to be dark. You know what I'm saying? I think that would be so dope for my next lace front. But I'm at the point now, and I don't know. I guess, because I'm a little bit older, I can really do a sew in with like a lace closure. I could really go for that instead of changing the wigs up so much, and just have it sewn in because I love a sew in. I don't know how y'all feel about it. Yes, that royal red just that's sexy. I don't care what nobody say. You can be sexy and be a church girl. Just don't be sexy in church. But what I'm saying is, you know what I'm saying? People need to cut that out. It wouldn't be these little bitty Christians that be running around in kindergarten, first, second grade would not be here if somebody wasn't at home sexy. I'm just saying. But yeah, that red, that messes with your that red messes with your personality. I ain't gonna lie. You be walking around the house looking like and feeling like Janet Jackson. Y'all know I am not lying. Go to the store and get you Pizzazz. The brand is Pizzazz, and pick up some Royal Red and take that stuff home. Your husband will be like, "Who are you? Where is that chick I was married to the other day?" See, Catherine knows what I'm talking about. All right, so I've taken the little tabs off of the nail, and I am going to keep mine square because I do a lot of typing and texting. So what I'm doing right now is I'm going to go ahead and pre-shape and just get that, little layer of where the tab was. So the fun part is about to come in now. This right here. And I have a lot of different sizes of emery boards, my files, just in case anybody was wondering. This is a really, let me see, which one was it? There's a file that I have over here. I got this from Dollar Tree. This is real good. It probably is 100 grit, but these are good. They come in a little kit, and it's like $1 for this and a couple of other things that they have in the package. Yes, honey, Team Roll Red. This one right here is a Tropical Shine. It's a washable disinfectant. It's 100 on one side and 180 on the other. It's very coarse. And then these I love. Beauty Secrets you can get at Sally's Beauty Supply. This one is 100 to 100 back and front. And this one is 100 to 180, but it's the Cosella, which is going to be this side right here. The 180 is going to be tremendously rough. So you don't want to use these on your natural nail. If you're going to get a gray one for your natural nail, you probably would want to get one that's plush like this. And these right here, the Sunshine is S 100 to 180. That S stands for soft. Okay, so you want to make sure that you're getting the right emery boards and the right files for your nails and for your natural nail, because sometimes some of these, like if you get the coarse grit, these will damage your natural nail, and you don't want to use these on your natural nail. And even though this one came from the Dollar Tree, I wouldn't recommend it on my natural nail just because it's so coarse, it's so rough. But using it on, your artificial nails is totally fine. And I kind of feel like that's what they were made for. I'm going to leave my diamond tip out just in case I need to get some gel off my hands or whatever. And I'm going to go ahead and put the top on my adhesive because I'm done with this. Now, I do have my little cup over here, and it has 100% alcohol in it. The alcohol that I use is 70%, but you can use any rubbing alcohol as long as it doesn't have the menthol in it, the green, just, pure 100% alcohol. And like I said, mine is 70%. I feel like I got this from Walgreens because Walgreens is closest to my house. So I'm feeling like I got this, but I make my own hand sanitizer using this alcohol. And there's another one that I get from the Dollar Tree. I think it's like 85% alcohol or 85% isopropyl. And then on the side, I always keep some pure acetone just in case something gets, on my nail or I need to just kind of swab it down. Now you can get acetone pads that look like this. And it says nail cleaner. And when you open it up, it's going to be real strong because it's 100% acetone. But if you need to smooth anything down or whatever, these are really good for that. Okay. And then if you want to get the little alcohol pads, you can do that too. Pretty much get everything from Sally's Beauty Supply if I don't order it from Amazon.com. So far, this is where we are, guys. We are prepped, primed, and ready to go. At this point, you want to make sure that there are no gaps, and everything is sealed correctly. This one right here looks like it wanted to lift, but I'm not 100%. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want anything to be lifting or anything like that. Because once you put that gel on there, it's a wrap. Once you put the gel on, honey, it's time to go ahead and, just seal it all in. You want to make sure that your artificial nails are not hanging over any of your skin, because that's going to cause lifting, and you don't want that to happen. You want your nails to be looking all kinds of good. If you need to buff anything down, now is the time. You can use your drill for this as well. Just in case you were wondering, you can definitely use your drill for this. I just, it's in my hand already, so I said, shoot, let me just do it this way. I kind of feel like this is going to lift a little bit. So I'm just going to put a dot right there. Boop. All right. Looking good. Looking good. All right. We are prep, prime, and ready to go. So the next step for this right here is to get a base coat. Now what I did is I ordered a different type of base coat from Amazon.com. This is the GA&EN base coat. This is a soak off UV LED gel polish. And any type of base coat will do. But this is just one of my favorites. And then I have the Juhitni, which came with my gel polishes. It is the same kind. It's a soak off UV gel polish. Hey, Jay's Way. How you doing, friend? Welcome to the village. Come on in, honey. All right, so I'm going to push my little drill out the way because we're about done with the drill for right now. And I'm going to go ahead and bring my my UV light closer to me, because that's what I'm about to start working with. And I'm gonna turn my light a little bit because I got my UV plug up, so I don't want to yank it and all that kind of stuff. But I do want you guys to see. So what I'm doing now, these are just like the little tabs that came off. These little tabs have numbers on them, so you know what number you're going to put on your fingers. All right. I'm doing the thinnest coat I possibly can, and I am not touching my cuticles anywhere, not on the side of my fingers. I'm trying to get as much as my nail bed covered as I can, but do not, if you can help it, get anywhere near your cuticle area, because if you do and this stuff starts lifting, you can't fix it. Like I know some people will be like, just put some glue under there. That could cause a fungus. So you don't want that to happen. You could be washing dishes or something if you don't wear gloves, be taking a shower. The water will get trapped in one of those little bubbles or underneath. And yeah, that could be a problem. All right, so now that I have this thin layer, I'm just gonna put it in here. And this is gonna be for 60 seconds. So there, that's what that looks like. If I didn't know any better, this video could be intentional and unintentional ASMR session. This is so relaxing. You know, people often tell me that I need to get into ASMR, and I'm like, I don't know what I would say. Like, what would I do? Like, I don't know. It's like maybe like a story time ASMR. I don't know. Maybe I'll try an ASMR video and see what you guys think about it. But no, this is not an intentional ASMR session, but thank you. Now, I do have on the roster, I want to try makeup therapy. I have been into makeup therapy videos, and I actually did it, you know, with the announcer or whatever, and I was like, "Oh my God. That was so relaxing and so amazing." So check this out. Now, at this point, you guys, you don't want to touch your nails. It's tacky. And it's tacky for a reason. Because what you put on here next, it's going to help adhere. But this is your base coat. So now I get to do my base coat on my other hand. Now, if you're like, you know, accident prone or something like that, you would probably want to do one hand at a time. I've seen some people do one nail at a time, which I cannot. I just can't. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I cannot. Let's see. Please forgive me for my awkwardness, but I have the hardest time with my left hand because I'm right-handed. So I know I'm not in frame. Y'all just forgive me. And just be like, Twana's a little awkward. It's okay. She'll be all right. All right, down to the thumb. All right, here we go. And again, I'm trying to stay as far away from my cuticle area as I possibly can. I want to get, you know, close, but I don't want to actually touch my cuticle area. And we're going back in the UV. Now, I will say this UV light is hot. You can actually feel the curation going on. So if you have to take your nails out and tap, 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 do that if you must. And this is 60 seconds. Now, some of them are going to say 30 seconds. Some of them will say a minute. But I think this sun lamp can go anywhere from 30 seconds to 105 seconds, which is like what, a minute and a half? 60 seconds is a minute. 90 minutes is a minute and a half. So yeah, it can go up to like 2 minutes, or it has an infinity button on the top, which means that you can cure for as long as you want to. And I kind of feel like that's what they use at the shop, is the infinity button, which is right here on the top, because you know, they're working on both of your hands. So one hand can be in the light while the other hand they're working on it. And so yeah. So I'm almost done curing both of my hands. This is what they look like so far. And now for the fun part, we're going to do some gel. Yay. Ooh, ooh. Hey. Okay, so I got my alcohol over here. I'm going to put my top coat over here. I don't really think I need my pen. Okay, so this right here is your spatula, and then you have your actual brush, and I'm going to be using the brush. I don't really need a spatula. I dipped it into the alcohol, and I'm just going to rub it off and make sure that my brush is clean. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and pick what gel I want to use. Now that's the white. I don't think I've ever used the white, or I may have, but what I like is that's that really deep pink. I like the lightest of the lightest pinks. Yeah, this is what I like right here. So I'm probably going to use this one. This is number 08. This is a 04, which may be, is this clear? Nope, it is a very opaque pink, which I may use to kind of swirl it together, you know. This is the clear. My daughter's always telling me, you should just use clear. For what? Let me do my job. Let me be me. This is another opaque pink, which I may use. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. I am thinking about using the clear and then using the clear pink. That actually might be a good decision, y'all. That might work out. Now, there's a couple of reasons why you want to keep your little thing of alcohol here. Unlike acrylic nails, this alcohol acts as your liquid, okay? So that is the reason, okay? That is the reason. So I know this is like teaching y'all wrong, but for real, I don't use my spatula. I literally just take the gel out and I just kind of put it on my tip like that. It just works better for me. I turn my nail upside down. I get my brush and I go ahead and start applying my gel where I want it to be. I use a little bit at a time, you guys, okay? I do apologize for my late response, ma'am. I'm doing wonderful, and thank you for asking. Oh, you're fine. All of us are doing stuff today. It's Sunday. We're doing nails, we're doing kids' hair, we're doing our own hair because you got to get ready for work tomorrow. So yeah, this is kind of like a woman's work is never done type of live stream. This is a busy woman live stream. This is where we get it in. So now you can understand a little bit better the gel versus the acrylic. And you can really see before you even cure this under the light, if you're using a gel that you can actually see, you can see where the gel is and where you need to apply it more, or if you need to apply it less, you know what I'm saying? You can just really see what you need to do before you get up under the light. Now, another thing about this gel is that it kind of places itself after you get it about where you need it to be. It literally just kind of smooths out, which is the bomb. So now I'm going to cure that. And this is where I literally cure almost one at a time, because this gel, it doesn't move, but it moves. You know what I'm saying? You don't want it to be, lopsided or whatever. So you just go ahead and cure it. And I do 30 seconds until I get the whole hand done. And then I'll go ahead and do an 60-second for the whole hand. And that way, see what I'm saying? So now this is like cured and ready for top coat. And I keep my alcohol out here, child, because you don't never know what might happen. So I just keep my bottles of alcohol out here. All right, I'm gonna go ahead. That is some white. This is a little bit of clear. So I'm going to use a little bit of that clear. It was nice hanging out with you guys. I needed the break, but now I've got to feed my daughter. Hopefully she'll get discharged tomorrow. I'm still keeping your daughter in prayer. Let her know that the Victory Village loves her very much. And listen, I know it's a difficult time, but like I said yesterday, this too shall pass. And if she's getting discharged, that means that she's doing good, girl. So that's got to be a good feeling. So for those of you who don't know, Crafty Mom's daughter was in an accident. Um, and she asked for prayer yesterday. So if you guys don't mind, when you say your prayers tonight, just lift her daughter up in prayer, and just, pray for advanced healing, because y'all know when our kids, are hurt, we don't really think about anything else. Like everything else is put on the back burner because our kids come first. And so, I was a little heartbroken when you told me that, but then, God steps in and, he delivers right on time. So even though the accident, is still a fresh accident, if she gets discharged, that lets you know that this girl is healing at a rapid pace. And it just kind of lets you know that God is still in control no matter what happens. We don't have anything to worry about. If we trust and believe in Him and just let Him do His job, we're okay. I know some of us like to take over God's jobs, but like if you're like me and you're a little bit of a control freak, you know what I'm saying? But you just have to learn how to, let God be God and let Him do His job, because nobody can do His job like Him. Now, these nails do have forms if you want to use, forms with them, but I choose to do freehand when I'm doing tips. That's just my preference, but you don't have to do that. All right, let me set that on the 30 seconds. And this is super cool. I love this. This Sun 7 is a super SUN UV LED nail lamp, and it is so good. It's just like you're at the shop. So, and I think if I'm not mistaken, this lamp was like around maybe $30. And my first kit, I paid $30 for it. And so this lamp, I was like, I have got to get this lamp. I have to have this lamp because I'm not gonna, get this anywhere else for $30. No. So yeah, I went ahead and, got that. And I'm so glad I did because, oof, you save so much money. You just think about $30 for the lamp and you have it forever versus $30+ every time you go get your nails done. And then the kit that I got, the first, nail kit with all this stuff, everything was less than $50. And I told y'all I could easily spend about 75 to $100 at the shop. 75 for sure. If I'm getting nail art and stuff, but if I'm getting my like, manicure and pedicure and all this stuff, oh yeah. You could tear $100 bill up at the nail spa for sure. Let's see. Now see, this one wasn't, it didn't take too long to form. And I really try to keep, you guys are so sweet. I really try to keep a generous amount of alcohol so that I can, move this gel around real good, kind of thin it out so it goes, it can spread real easily. Making sure that I have, all my sides, done. This is the time consuming part. I feel like I should have music playing in the background or something. I'm not kidding because this is so like time consuming. Even my computer went to sleep. My computer's like, I don't have time for this. Twana is playing games and I do not have time for this. I'm just adding like a little bit of the clear, taking up some space. And if you do it like this too, you guys, it kind of helps stretch your color out. But I just don't like the real pow pink. Like I really would prefer it to be pinkish, kind of a little clear, you know like resin. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, that resin look. It's kind of, you know what I'm saying? It's like it's a hue of pink, but then it's see-through. That is what I go for. And like I said, if I get it just right, I don't use polish that often. I may polish my nails every now and then, but if I get this just right, I may put some jewels, on my nails, kind of decorate them a little bit. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, girl. Yes, honey. I have a few imperfections in my nails. Um, but I tend to overlook that. Um, okay. Looking good, looking good. I want to make sure that, because I already pre-shaped my nails. I just want to make sure that I don't have to do any extra hard work. You know what I'm saying? Reshaping and reshaping. I like my nails to be square. All right. And I'm just pushing that gel around, making sure that I have um, a good even spread on the top. Okay. All this wet stuff is just the alcohol. So that's going to evaporate. She was leaving today, but she's not steady enough on her feet, and the surgery went well. That's good. But the pins in her arm, and a lung injury is healing. Good. Cut on the kidney has stopped bleeding. Great. So she doesn't need any more transfusions. That is awesome. Thank God for that. Oh my gosh. I would just be beside myself, but I'm 50 and my mom, if I go to the hospital, my mom is the same way at 50. You never stop being a parent. You never stop being a parent, I'm telling you. Parenting is everything. All right. I'm going to go ahead and put this pink down. All right. And take some of this clear to fill it a little bit. Load up with some alcohol and start spreading this out. Now, as you're spreading this out, if um, you don't have too much gel or whatever, you can always just wipe it off. You don't have to keep it on the nail just because, you know, you made a mistake or whatever. And you don't have to use cloth either. I have face cloths and stuff like that kind of um just over here in my work area because that's what I'm used to, but you can use paper towels or um anything like that. It doesn't have to be what I'm using. This is just my lazy girl way of doing things. And once you get to the point where, you know, this becomes easier for you, you probably could get by with not even using the tips. Tips is just a lazy girl way for me. I'm using the tips because, you know, I don't want to use the forms. I don't want to use the forms. It is because I'm a little lazy. It really is. I kid you not. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm a little lazy. The tips are easier for me. And yeah, that's what happened. Not even going to lie. So I have cured all of this and I'm just going to let this chill and marinate, you know, and do what it does. I kind of feel like, is this good? Yeah. Never touch your nails. Like when you have gel on them, don't ever go in and touch this stuff with a dry brush because it will look horrible. Literally will look horrible. I'm just checking. I feel like I'm going to put a little bit more clear on here before I go in with the next cure. It just didn't seem like it was. Sometimes it's not thick enough. But when you do housework and stuff like that, you're doing hair, this, that, and the other, you know, it's okay to go back and reapply some because I'm telling you, if you do a whole bunch of stuff like me, I'm typing, I'm texting, I'm playing piano, I'm combing hair, I'm washing dishes, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you kind of need that, extra layer. Being a parent is a perpetual thing. It's ongoing, never ending. Amen. It can be rewarding, good, bad, and indifferent. I know. I'm telling you. I had so much flack for how, you know, I chose to raise my daughter, but I am an open person and, you know, I'm not perfect. And I always had an issue with parents trying to portray themselves as being perfect while they're raising their kids. And I'm like, nobody's perfect and you're doing your kid an inservice if you know, are pretending to be this perfect person. Because no, None of us are perfect. None of us are perfect. And they should know that it's okay to make mistakes. And I just always had an issue with that. But, my mom always tells me it's none of your business. Stay out of it. So fine. All right. So this is what my hand is looking like. I hope you guys like it. And then I'm going to go ahead and do a top coat on this here because I've been on here for an hour and I want you guys to see at least one of my hands finished. So at this point, we're going to do the top coat. A thin layer will do just fine, but if you want the extra thickness, do it in coats. Don't try to, slop it on there. You know what I'm saying? Do a thin coat and you can do another thin coat. It'll be just fine. So I'm going to go ahead and top coat all of these because I feel like I don't need any polish. I just like this really thin pink looking, color. But at this point, if you were going to do polish and all that, you will want to do that before you do the top coat. I'm going to put this back on 60 seconds and let's cure it. It's totally true. But listen, I am just a realist, okay? My mom, she growing up, she would always say, I did what I knew how. I did what I knew how. And there's nothing wrong with that. But when you're in a relationship with your children, nieces, nephews, your husband, wife, or whoever, you have a responsibility within that relationship to learn who you're in a relationship with in order for that relationship to be healthy. This is just my opinion. And from what I've learned throughout life is if I'm not learning who you are, then I can't love you the way you need to be loved. I can't help you the way you need to be helped. Every kid has a different personality. Characteristics are going to be different. And, it's just, at that point, when you understand that everybody is different, not everybody is the same, and relationships take time, it kind of will, push us to go, let's not overdo ourselves to hurt somebody because we're lazy and we don't want to learn. I can't stand when a parent says, well, I'm loving you the only way I know how. It's almost like you're saying, I'm cutting off my learning ability. I will not learn, what you need. And, I don't care. And at that point, for me, a relationship is dead. And I don't care if it's family or friends or, a spouse or whatever. I'm just like, if you can't give me what I need, I don't need you. Like, what do I need you for? You know what I'm saying? you know, you can't be that crazy to think that everybody is the same or every kid is the same. Everybody you get in a relationship is the same. No, it's not the same. All right, at this point, you guys, I gotta get a cotton swab and some alcohol because I have to go ahead and wipe these off. But this is what it looks like, all gelled up and fancy. At this point in your kit, I know you'll have this OPI gel oil. And you can go ahead and oil your cuticles up. But this is what it looks like. This is a full set of nails. Now, if I wasn't teaching, the tutorial, I could have done both of my hands in less than an hour, but I didn't want to rush and I wanted to answer you guys' questions and I wanted to show you how I do a professional set of nails at home. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. If y'all have any questions, just let me know. At this point, if you're watching the replay, I'm not going to do anything new. Okay. what? I got my second hand. So I'm just saying, if you gotta go, or if you're, watching this for educational purposes, I'm not gonna do anything different. Both of these hands are gonna be looking exactly the same. Okay. So I'm just about to remember this hand is tacky. It's sticky. So this gel is going to adhere very nicely. Um, that is that is so, and transparency is parenting. It's golden. Now those look terrific. Thank you. And I totally agree about being transparent because, you know, when I was growing up, my mom, I only knew that she was a Christian. She was a devout Christian. She went to church every Sunday. I don't think my mother has ever missed a Sunday going to church unless she was in the hospital or unless she had to work. You know what I'm saying? Like, it had to be something major in order for mom to, like, and that's growing up, that's what I knew, of my mom. She never cursed, she never drank. I've never seen her, date a whole bunch of men. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just, and I'm like, I'm never going to live up to that because I'm a totally different individual, you know, never gonna live. And I was old. I was an old critter a few years ago. And my mom was like, "Oh, girl, please, I did my dirt." I said, "Why didn't you tell me this before?" I grew up thinking my mom was a saint. Like, she's never done anything. Why didn't you tell me this? This could have helped me so much. You have no idea how your kids beat themselves up because they don't want to disappoint us. Oh, man. And I'm just like, well, at least I know now. And thanks for telling me. Thanks for telling me, at this late in the game, but I'm not mad at you, but I just wish I had known, when I was like 16 or whatever, because there are things like one of the things that I know people are going to think I'm stupid for this, but one of the things is I would hold off on having any type of relationship with a boy while I was in high school and probably would not have gotten involved in college either. For real. Like I'm not even kidding. If I knew then what I know now, a girlfriend boyfriend relationship is not important in high school. It's not. Now back in the day, you know, education was hit or miss. And I say that because my dad, he's 80 now, my stepdad. I think they had to quit working when they were in the fifth or sixth grade. They didn't get, a high school education and all that because they had to work, you know. And I don't know what that feels like because I never had to, go through any of that. I didn't have to help, mom pay the bills and all that kind of stuff. We didn't pick cotton and stuff like that. Our lives were completely different. And so I didn't know how that worked, because nowadays if your kids don't go to school and they're registered at a school, you know what I'm saying, you're like, you could get your kids taken away, you know what I'm saying, you could go to jail, you know what I'm saying, and I'm like, but back then I understand that public school was not a necessity. And I've even had people tell me, "Oh no, you don't have to enroll your kids in public school. You can homeschool." Sixth, seventh, and eighth grade, that's what I did with my daughter. I homeschooled. And if I hadn't have wanted to um move out of town and kind of go back to school myself, I probably would have homeschooled her until she said, I want to go to college or something like that, you know what I'm saying? Or no, I want to graduate with which is what happened. She said, "I want to graduate with my friends, I want to walk." I said, okay, no problem, you know. So she got to, choose a school. She went to school and, um, you know, she had her difficulties in high school, but when my parents were in school, it was just a different thing. And my mom and dad are 7 years apart. Education was done a lot in the house, and it was education that you were going to need. Like, I need to learn how to balance a checkbook. I need to know how much things costs. If you make your own clothes, I need to learn measurements. It was stuff that you needed to know right now instead of just, random things. Um it's just crazy how even in Mexico, I went to cosmetology school with a girl that was like 15. She had just graduated high school, but that's what she said, no, we graduate at 15, 16. That's when we graduate high school. I'm like, how do you guys get out of high school so quick? And she's like, I don't know. This girl was working a full-time job and everything at 16, in the shop. And here I am, 20, 21, at the no 22 at the time because my daughter was already born. How? I'm like, why do they put us through all of this? she then the girl was probably smarter than me, Catherine. Oh God. Believe in the factor of even using myself as an example, or what to and what not to do as a parent. If I had to do it all over again as a parent, I would have waited much later to have children. Exactly. And that is a financial literacy. Yeah, financial literacy is what my dad, you know, really honed in on. Know how to count your money, know how to, save some money. My dad was an independent contractor. He owned his own business, and I went into cosmetology, and that's kind of the same thing, you know. Uh, and then when I left cosmetology, I immediately opted, to see what my options were for owning my own business because that's all I knew. And a lot of people don't understand that. Even though we go and work at somebody's shop or whatever, it's still our business. We're still in business for ourselves because, we're the ones that are doing the work, and we're the ones who have to, pay the bills. And you're either going to pay a percentage out of your check, or you're going to pay booth rental, at that, particular job. So, man, if I didn't know how to count money, if I didn't know how to save my money, if I didn't know how to pay my bills, and you know what I'm saying? It's different because mom never thought about owning her own business. My mom was like, I am going to work. Period. Okay, I got to go get a job. I'm going to work. There's no such thing. I don't have time to own my own business. I got a kid to raise. I got a husband. I'm going to work. And for me, I tried it. Okay. I tried I'm going to work, be a yuppie type thing. I've worked corporate. I've worked, corporate for a couple of companies when I went into Texas, because even though the money was good for cosmetology, the money was great for CRM. So what I did was I taught people who were already in the industry, maybe a little bit older, maybe they didn't know about social media. Social media was becoming so important for different companies. I somehow got myself a career um, of teaching people social media. And again, it was still the same thing. It was almost like, you're owning your own business. You have to sell yourself. You have to make yourself look, presentable. And you have to make yourself look like, you are the authority in this. And I just, when it comes to, working a factory job, I already knew. I wasn't going to be able to do it because my brain wasn't wired that way. Hey, Ray, my brain's not wired that way. I can't ever, you know, go to a factory and work and be happy. I'd probably be the most depressed person in the world. But, such is life. My mom, that was her thing. You would, if we didn't look alike, you'd be like, are you really her daughter? Because I don't think like that at all. But my mom, that was her thing. She wanted to go to work. She wanted to get a job. She likes knowing how much she's going to get paid, per week. Me, I like striving for different goals. So if I know if I put more work, into this, that my check is going to be bigger, you know, the end of this pay period. Mom liked to get her check every week. I think we got paid every 2 weeks. And she just tickled me and said, why don't you just go and get a regular job? I said, because they didn't teach us regular job stuff in cosmetology school. So it'd be kind of different. Oh my God. I said, that's not what they taught us. I don't know how to do that, you know. But I tried it. It's just like I think I got my first job when I was 16. I probably would have when I was 15, but I knew that my mom was not going to sign like a work thing, like a work permit thing. I knew she wasn't going to do it. So I waited until I was 16 and I got my first job, and oh man, I hated it. I did. I literally hated it, but what else are you going to do? You want to get paid, you go to work. So I did. I worked for Dairy Queen. I think that was my very first job. My mom let me have access to her old car because she had bought a new car. And so I got my first job, Dairy Queen. I was making, ice cream, working the front register and all this kind of stuff. And, here it is 2021 and that doggone restaurant is gone. Like, we don't even have the Dairy Queen in our city anymore, which is so horrible because man, they had the best ice cream ever. The soft serve at Dairy Queen is, I'm sorry. I like Sonic, but Dairy Queen beat Sonic. Excuse me. Dairy Queen, in my opinion, beat Sonic. They had different flavors, the flavors that I really liked. Um, oh man, it was just like that Heath. Remember that Heath Blizzard? Oh my God. Woo. When I tell y'all that thing right there, that Heath Blizzard, woo wee, put me some extra Heath in there. If I'm feeling real snazzy, get me some pecans. Did you worked retail? Ooh, retail for me. I could just pull my hair out. Yeah, ma'am and sir. I don't want to work any retail anymore. And I used to want to so bad because I like working with the public. But again, for me, there's nothing like um, working for yourself. I like being my own boss, and that just did it for me. I like being my own boss, period. So while I understand, our parents from back in the day and why they had to do the things that they did and why they made the choices that they did. I feel like our children should get to um, make their own choices. You know what I'm saying? Like my mom, I remember her telling me that I didn't even know you wanted to go to college. What is this? Where did this come from? And I'm like, I always wanted to go to college. How could you not know this? You know? But your parents, they had to work. They had to, create home. They had to get some rest. They were living their life. Sometimes they miss stuff. Sometimes they skip stuff. You're like, my best friend knows more about me than you do, but your best friend doesn't have to run a household and take care of you and pay bills and, all this other stuff that when we're kids, we don't acknowledge. And then when we get grown and we have to do this stuff, it's like, oh man, I feel so bad because, I thought my mom was perfect and this stuff is hard. Adulting is hard and I hate it. I want to be a kid again. Do you guys ever say that? I don't want to do this adulting thing. I want to be a kid again. I don't like it. My daughter says that all the time. Why did you let me grow up? Like, I didn't have any control over that, my love. If I could have kept you, as a baby forever, I would have. But life doesn't work that way. Okay. But my goodness, the stuff that our parents had to go through. I could never. I remember when I was about 4 or 5 years old, my grandmother was still a maid. She was still a maid. And I would walk to work with her. And my mom, she was working a factory job. She worked in a poultry plant. And she'd be like, I don't understand, why you still do this. Why do you still do this? And she's like, it's income, and my mom would be like, if you need money, just, say something. You don't have to do this. But it's a mindset thing. She didn't have to do it. And she hears you when you say you don't have to do this. But the thing is, that's all she knew. Back then it was like, no, we don't ask our children for money. We get up and we go out and we make our own money because we're supposed to be teaching our kids that that's the important thing to do. So I understand everything that they did, and I totally understand, the era that they were brought up in. Because I'm telling you, if I had been born back then, I can almost guarantee you I would have been hung. I know. Me and my mouth? Child, I would be a part of Black history. Y'all would have been reading about me in the history books going, this girl was crazy. She should have kept her mouth shut. Why did she do this? Ain't no way in the whole world. Ain't no way. I could not. And it makes you feel mixed up. Who loves vintage clothing? And do you love vintage clothing? The only way that I'll get to wear a suit that I Love Lucy, ever had on, is if I go, what I'm saying, and buy it myself. I could not have been me in that time era. I couldn't. There's no way. I'm telling you. My attitude is not that of a stellar woman that, was born back then. But then I'm rambling, but I do that because stuff just pops into my head. I remember seeing a documentary about the 1930s and 1940s and Leave It to Beaver and I Married Joan and I Love Lucy. These women were closet drinkers. Did you guys know that? The way they managed to stay sane was in the closet drinking. So when you said come out of the closet back then was totally different from coming out of the closet today. Catherine said one of these days I would love to buy my mother a house and a car. I enjoy vintage houseware. Oh, I love it. Their old mixers and stuff. I watch this stuff on YouTube all the time. I'm going to share a couple of my favorite videos, but it is a vintage channel. This lady, her whole house looks like Lucy and Ethel's apartment. Like, and her husband do the vintage thing. Then there's this other lady. Her channel is called Learn How to Be Fancy. And her husband isn't into it, but he doesn't care that she's into it. She's totally into vintage everything. They have a vintage car. Her whole wardrobe is nothing but vintage. She styles her hair like, the 1940s and stuff like that. Like, she just lives her life in that time era. And everything is so pretty. Oh, what's the word I'm looking for? The retro, the colors of, like, I would love to go out and buy a pink coffee pot. You know what I'm saying? Gosh. And yes, functional alcoholic is what I was trying to think of. Thank you, Catherine. They were functional alcoholics, and I had no idea that this was a thing until I looked at that documentary. And I said to myself, the whole time we were thinking these people were absolutely perfect, and they didn't have any problems, and how they made life seem, the housewives, honey, I'm home, and then they come running with their little apron on, dinner's almost ready, dear. And it's like, it's fun to watch Leave It to Beaver and stuff like that, but the reality is, in order for them to maintain that, they had to have an outlet. And a lot of these people freaking were alcoholics. And I never knew that until I was an adult. And I love social science. I love watching people and seeing what makes other people tick. And watching documentaries like that really helped me understand other people. And I was like, it doesn't matter what decade we're in, what era that we're in, people had their issues, and everybody handles their issues differently. Those classic refrigerators, oh, I would die for one of those retro ranges, the doubles, you know what I'm saying? It has like an oven at the top, oven at the bottom, and then the gas grill at the top. I would love one of those so much. Like, I really, really want to marry someone who's like immensely rich so I can just be like, honey, um, I think it's time that we rearrange the kitchen. Do you mind? I mean, is that a thing? You're not going to kill me if I spend a little money rearranging the kitchen, right? And I would need for my husband to be like, do whatever you want. I don't care as long as you got my dinner ready. Okay. Okay. Yes. The everything. I want the toaster, okay? The toaster oven. I want the microwave. I know. One of the first maybe I can live without the microwave. But I would still have to get a retro looking microwave because, families nowadays can't live without a microwave. So I would definitely go to walmart.com and get one of those retro looking microwaves. Um, what else? The refrigerator is an absolute must. The mixer is a definite must. The first retro mixer I saw was on an episode of Martha Stewart Living, and it was blue, like a turquoise blue, a sky blue. It was beautiful. Oh, I was so jealous. But Martha Stewart, I used to love her show because she had some of the best stuff on her channel. Her show just was mm-mm-mm. And I'm like, you can't make this stuff without using what Martha made. You have to make it just like Martha. But I love Martha Stewart Living. I really, even to this day, just, looking at that stuff. And I have tried to make some of the stuff, not the cooking stuff, but I love arts and crafts. And I like the Martha Stewart planner. It kind of looks like the Happy Planner. So she took that idea of